Hello, friends. How are you doing? My name is Dustin Coyle, and I'm here in the den, the crime den, that is. You're tuned in to another episode of Intelligent Thoughts. This is the NBA Today for January 30th, 2019. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's show. We had that Lakers 76ers matchup we'll get to in a minute. We had that Thunder on the road. And a Pelicans-Rockets matchup that we'll get to in a minute also. Alrighty. We might as well do it. Let's start the show. Start in Cleveland with the Washington Wizards and the Cleveland Cavaliers. How about this? The Cavs win back-to-back games for just the second time this season. They win 116 to 113. A late comeback in the fourth quarter. I think they were up by 19 at the start of the fourth quarter. The Cavs were. The Wizards came back, but ultimately it was not enough. In the victory, Jordan Clarkson, off the bench, 28 points in 29 minutes, 6 of 8 from downtown. Pretty awesome game there for Jordan Clarkson. And Chidi Osman, in the starting rotation, 26 points, 7 assists, 5 boards, 4 for 8 from downtown. Awesome game from him. That was in 36 minutes. He played the majority of the game. They get 13 from Larry Nance off the bench as well, 12 for Zizic, and 12 for Colin Sexton in the win. As for the Washington Wiz, Bradley Beal, pretty much the only bright spot for him in this game. 31 points on 10 of 20 shooting, 7 assists to go with that. Pretty good overall game. Only one other starter in double figures. That's Trevor Ariza with 13, 5, and 5. JaVale McRae gives him 15 points in 8 minutes off the bench as a bright spot there in the fourth quarter. And Gary Payton Jr. as well in the fourth quarter with 11 points and 4 assists. All right, so now we are looking at the Bucks-Pistons game. Milwaukee in Detroit beats Detroit 115-105. I believe that is the series sweep for them. They beat Detroit all 4 games of the year now. Giannis has 21 points, 11 assists, 8 boards. Nice overall game, of course, for him. Not as many rebounds as normal, but a big game, that was needed. 20 points for Eric Bledsoe, 7 assists, 5 boards on that one. And Chris Middleton with 15 points. How about Pat Connolly, 16 off the bench, 7 for 8 shooting, 4 rebounds as well. In the loss, the leading scorer for the Pistons is Reggie Jackson with 25 points, 5 assists. Pretty good game there for Reggie Jackson. He really slumped in the last one. Andre Drummond, 20 points, 13 rebounds for Drummond, and Blake Griffin, 18 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists in the loss. All right, in Orlando, this was a bigger game, or an interesting game to me at least, seeing as I had the Thunder really high in my power rankings on Monday. We have the Thunder beating the Orlando Magic, 126 to 117. That is a 6th straight victory for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Paul George leads the way with 37 points on 14 of 24 shooting, 39 minutes. Other than Diallo, the starters played an enormous amount of time in this game. Russell Westbrook, with one of his best games of the season, especially considering he was really efficient in this one. 7 for 12 shooting, 1 for 2 from downtown, over 50%. Shooting, he's one of the worst in the league. He didn't fall into the traps of taking, the long twos like he normally does, or kind of the out of balance shots or the quick shots. Just played a really good overall game. He finishes with 23 points on those 12 shots, 14 rebounds, 14 assists, another triple-double there for Russell Westbrook. And how about Dennis Schroeder? 21 points off the bench in 28 minutes. 8 for 11 shooting, 2 for 2 for downtown for Dennis Schroeder. And for Orlando, in the loss, all 5 starters in double digits, and Terrence Ross off the bench, also with 16 points, just not enough. They were led, however, by Nikola Vucevic, 27 point, 11 rebound, 5 assist performance. Love to see this guy in a Laker jersey. He played fantastic. Evan Fournier chips in with 17 points, and Aaron Gordon, 16 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists on just 6 of 19 shooting, though. Less points than shots. Not a good day there overall for Aaron Gordon. All right, in Brooklyn, I thought this was pretty much the lock of the day, considering it was an even spread. The Brooklyn Nets beat the Chicago Bulls 122 to 117. That's the 9th straight time the Nets have beat the Bulls at home. They were led by D'Angelo Russell in this game, 30 points, 7 assists for Russ. Not the best shooting day, but definitely scored, led the way for him. And then some good performances. Jared Harris with 17, let's say, in the starting lineup, but some good performances off the bench. Shabazz Napier in 25 minutes off the bench, 24 points, 4 assists, makes 5 3-pointers. Damari Carroll, 11 points, 3 rebounds off the bench. And Rondé Hollis Jefferson, 7 of 10 off the bench in 21 minutes, 18 points, 4 rebounds. Big game there for Brooklyn. Let's see, I think they've won now, 7 of their last 8 games. Really playing well right now, the Brooklyn Nets are. And they're going to be getting Caris LeVert back later in the season, most likely. In the loss for Chicago, they're led by Zach LaVine with a 26-point, 4-rebound, 5-assist performance. And Lauri Markkanen, how about this? 18 points, 19 rebounds. Shot just 6 for 15, but 3 for 7 from behind the arc to chip in there. Jabari Parker, who has been subject of the people were thinking he might get cut. I don't even know how people don't like Jabari Parker, but I would take him on my team any day. He has 22 points and 9 rebounds, and I believe this was the first game he's played in like a couple of days. Like I think he's missed a few games before that. Just not really in the regular rotation for some reason after coming over from Milwaukee. All right, how about the Pelicans-Rockets game? I teased that one a little bit. The Pelicans go on the road and win 121 to 116 in Houston. 27 points and 12 rebounds from Jahlil Okafor, just 4 misses, 11 for 15 on the day. Fantastic game for Jahlil Okafor. Really turning it up in AD's absence. Just a fantastic performance. He has made his way back into. He was almost out of the league just last year. I mean, he was traded, I think, from the Sixers to the Nets, and then like released, and literally nobody wanted him. And even as far as like 3 weeks ago, nobody really wanted him. But right now, he's having some sort of career resurgence. Very happy for Jahlil Okafor. He was obviously talented his whole, his entire career. Just had never really been able to live up to the hype, being such a high draft pick. But a great game here in the win on the road, nonetheless. Jrue Holiday is second in scoring on the team. 19 points and 18 shots. Not his best percentage-wise game, but he does chip in 8 assists, 6 rebounds. Good all-around game there for Jrue Holiday. And in the loss, I know we all want to talk about it here, James Harden. 37 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. 6 for 18 from three-point range, and 11 for 32 overall. Not a great shooting game for James Harden. And, possibly the reason, when 32 shots, he probably is going to need more like 45 points or something like that. And if he would have got that, they would have won by 2. Chris Paul, I believe this is his second game back. 4 for 9 from the field, just 1 for 5 from downtown. 10 points, 9 assists, 4 rebounds. Kenneth Faried, starting again. 19 points, 11 rebounds. Fantastic performance there for Kenneth Faried, although it be it in a loss. All right, what else do we have? The last game of last night. The Phoenix Suns traveling to San Antonio to take on the San Antonio Spurs. San Antonio wins 126 to 124. They get a buzzer-beating 21-foot jump shot by Rudy Gay to win by 2 points. That was a hell of a shot. Clutch shit there from Rudy Gay. Fantastic performance. San Antonio is led in scoring by LaMarcus Aldridge in this one with 29 points. He added 14 rebounds and 4 assists to go with that. Speaking of Rudy Gay, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists for him, and 18 points for Bertans. Everybody's showing a little love here. Bellinelli with 17 off the bench and 4 threes. Patty Mills with 12 off the bench and 4 threes. And for the Suns, in a losing effort, Devin Booker, 38 points on 19 shots. Fantastic game for Devin Booker. Add to that 7 assists, 5 rebounds. Really sad that he wasn't able to propel his team to get that win in this game. In 30 minutes off of the bench, we see Jamal Crawford here with 22 points and 7 assists, 3 for 5 from downtown. Pretty damn good game for him. And Malcolm Bridges in the starting rotation, 17 points on 7 of 9 shooting, 3 of 5 downtown, and he added 6 rebounds to that. All right, that's it for Tuesday night's games. We have 6 games that we're going to get into for here Wednesday night right now. So let's do it. So the first game of the night, we have Luka Doncic traveling to the Big Apple to take on, let's say, Kevin Knox and the New York Knicks in this one. This is going to be Luka's Madison Square Garden debut, obviously, because he only plays there once a season, or the Mavs only play there once a season. Dirk Nowitzki, this could be his last time, also in Madison Square Garden, it looks like. They say here they are expecting a pretty big turnout for that, at least, and probably for the Luka Doncic as well. In the NBA this season, the Dallas Mavericks are actually the third best-selling NBA ticket for a road team. So, like when a team comes to town, the opposing team's fans buy the ticket more with the Dallas Mavericks than any other team other than Golden State and the Lakers. Luka Mania seems like it's real. Playing fantastic. He's up to 20.5 points per game this season. And right now he's in a killer streak. Looks like Frank Ntilikina is going to be out. He had been coming off of the bench recently, though, for the Knicks. So, and the Knicks are in tank mode anyway, so I don't think that they really care one way or the other. This game's at 5:30 Mountain Standard Time, and the Mavericks are going to be favored by 6.5. All right, how about 6 o'clock on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports? We have the Indiana Pacers traveling to Washington to take on the Washington Wizards, who just lost last night in Cleveland, back home hosting Indiana. I'm not a terribly big fan of this game, but, I guess they have it on for whatever reason. Tyreek Evans looks like he is going to be out in this game. Obviously, Victor Oladipo is going to be out. And Devin Robinson, day-to-day, possibly going to play for the Washington Wizards here. The Pacers have lost 2 games in a row, obviously, without Victor Oladipo. They were 32-15 before that. Really, really impressive. They're still 15 games over 500. I know I didn't have them in my top 10 power rankings. Record-wise, they would have been there easily. But I don't think that they would beat a team like Houston or something right now. Not in 7 games, at least. So what else is going here? 6 o'clock. That's going to be ESPN, and it's an even spread. I definitely would have thought the Pacers would be favored, seeing as it's a second half of a back-to-back for the Wizards. But Las Vegas really isn't into the Pacers right now. Just the injury bug. You lose your best player. You don't really have another star on the team, or even what you would even call close to a star. Vegas is going to hate you, and I'm sure that the money... It's weird, too, though, because, the Wizards don't have John Wall. They're playing terrible. They're 8 games under 500. The second night of a back-to-back One of them being on the road. They had to fly home last night. I don't know. That's a